you could not subtract more money from what the Dallas Stars have right now because they is some broke bitches, to quote Aaron Andrews. The offseason is underway. Flurry of signings this morning. I'll say led by Matt Duchene, 4 times $4.5 million in Dallas. Unbelievable AAV for the cash-strapped Stars to get Duchene back coming off a 30-goal, 82-point season. I'll say just great contract. And the term isn't good because he's 100 years old, but $4.5 million with the cap going up, that's fucking nothing.
With no movement protection, only on the first 2 years.
Yes, and you wouldn't be trading him then anyway. So, congratulations. Right. In 2 years, you are I don't know, maybe the Panthers will be bad in 3 years or something. Whatever bad team is just taking on contracts, you'll play there. But for now, you are giving them a sweetheart of a deal.
I mean, he's 34 years old, but he was also your leading scorer last season, point per game player, has been unbelievable for that team outside of the playoffs for the past couple of years. Really, really good deal. When they tweeted out the graphic, it said 4 years, $42 million.
Yep.
And
it did?
No, that's what I thought it said.
Oh.
So I thought the AAV was over 10, and I was like, holy shit, how can the Dallas Stars afford this, and why would they give this to a guy who's in his mid-30s? Ultimately, it's 4.2, right?
4.5.
4.5. So I thought it was $45 million. So it's $4.5 million per year. Very, very good. And the thing that I look at is no state income tax, of course. That's part of the reason why his AAV comes underneath. That's
You're gonna need to explain
the
that
soup
to
du
me.
jour right now.
Explain that to me.
But also, he just really fucking likes Dallas, and he's making money from Nashville still. So, this is a good deal for team and for player, I think.
Yes. For player, yes, I also agree, because what's it going to be if you go somewhere else? He's not quite in the Sam Bennett position, but if he leaves, and at this point in his career, he probably wants to win, you're still really, really close. I know that everyone has kind of given up on the Stars because of how they quote unquote imploded. I think that when a team loses, we need to give more consideration to the fact that they were beat and just weren't the better team.
Yeah, but I also think you need to give consideration to the fact that Matt Duchene was a big reason why the Stars were defeated.
Very unfortunate postseason. Very unfortunate postseason.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate. Second in a row, very unfortunate postseason. 6 points in each of the last 2 postseasons. 19 games played, 18 games played. And Dom Luszczyszyn raised the point, if you're paying Sam Bennett more in his next contract because he's a dog in the playoffs, is it fair to subtract money and say that Matt Duchene deserves less on his value because he's not shown up in the playoffs 2 years in a row? I think that's fair.
You can say that is fair, and I think that's how you arrive at this contract, though. That's how you arrive at $4.5 million for Matt Duchene, coming off an 82-point season.
Yeah, but that's really not how you arrive there. I think that's how you arrive at, okay, this is maybe good value, even though it's less than what he would get on the open market. There would still be a team that would pay him more than $4.5 million. Yeah. We agree with that, right?
Yeah, I mean, his projected contract was $7.5 million. Yeah. So I think that this is a very team-friendly deal. Part of it can be explained by, he stunk in the postseason, but I wouldn't say that you subtract from $4.5 million to get to an even lower number. I think that you've subtracted from, all right, let's say you started even conservatively, he's worth $7 million a year. You're giving him a 4th year when he's 34 years old. He's turning 35 in January. You're giving him a 4th year. So, okay, let's knock down the AAV to $5.5 million, which is a big stretch. All right, now he has stunk in the postseason the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. We're lopping off another $1 million, and presto changeo, there you go.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying subtract from the 4.5. I'm saying the reason why maybe it's not such a steal as it appears on the surface is because you're subtracting some money based off of him disappearing in the playoffs. He does not have that dog in him.
You could not subtract more money from what the Dallas Stars have right now because they is some broke bitches, to quote Erin Andrews in that commercial. They're broke.
I don't think does she say broke bitches?
Yeah, she says, "Oh, she rich. No broke bitches for me." She does the whole thing. She does a voice. It's not good. Stars now have $455,000 in cap space. Their free agents are Jamie Benn, Mikhail Granlund, who initially there were rumors that they were trying to sign. They're not signing Mikhail Granlund. They can't afford him. They can't afford shit. I didn't even mention Dadonov, who's probably going to be gone. Maverick Bourque, RFA, who I've never seen a more obvious offer sheet candidate than we probably all view Maverick Bourque right now. 23 years old, RFA, hasn't had an amazing career to this point, ripe for the picking because he's on a team that has no money.
Yeah. I mean, if you're keeping Maverick Bourque and you want to insure yourself against this RFA potential, like who are you dealing and who are you moving out? And that's the biggest question around Dallas right now. Is like there's been plenty of Jason Robertson talk and Mason Marchment. You're talking Ilya Lyubushkin. You're talking Matt Dumba. But like outside of Marchment and Robertson, like who wants those other two guys? And what are you attaching to them?
Yes, exactly. What are you attaching? You're depleted. Yeah. What you gave it all up to get, and not all of it, but you gave. Fuck it, yeah. You gave it all up to get Mikko Rantanen.
You risked it all,
which you should have done.
You risked it all.
Yes, you risked it all for Mikko Rantanen. Which I need to remind people that was not a rental. This is this Mikko Rantanen trade is going to pay dividends for you for a very, very long time. You had to pay a huge price to get him, and now you've got him. Now you've got one of the best players in the world, but you don't have the currency to strap to Matt Dumba and Ilya Lyubushkin and say, hey, take this guy. No one's just going to take those contracts, even with the cap going up. So that's going to be some clever maneuvering you need to do.
You also don't have draft picks for like over the next
that's what I'm saying. Like you don't have the things to put it. Like David Backes gets moved. Add a first-round pick to him. Patrick Marleau gets moved. Add a first-round pick to him. Becomes Seth Jarvis. People forget. You don't have draft picks.
What ultimately is probably going to happen if they want to move those guys, you have to attach good players to them. Like if you want to move out those salaries and that's really important to you, you're probably going to have to eat good players attaching to them as well.
I do think they get something from Marchment, and I think that maybe you trade Marchment for picks.
And then attach those.
You attach picks to, God, that's a tough pill to swallow. But that's kind of what Edmonton went through, where they lost their guys to offer sheets, and they just had to use what they got for the players to be like, shit, let's get Trent Frederick or something. It's not going to be value out, value in. But this is the bed you've made, and you're in fucking great position. Still, Stars. Like, I feel really good about the Stars going forward, but this is a bumpy road this summer.
Yeah, and you don't have a coach.
People, I did forget that. They don't have a coach.
They don't have a coach.
We all silly like the mayor.